Hello and welcome back to Great British Biking Adventures. If like us you've ever wanted to travel the entire UK coast, then you've come to the right place. The great thing about this series is it's like one of those open top city tour buses. You can hop on at any point in the series and ride with us as we take you around our beautifully brilliant British coast. It's going to take a while, but eventually you'll end up back here. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment. The last episode was the first half of this day and we'd got as far as Great Yarmouth. In this episode we'll do almost the rest of Norfolk. So jump on the back and enjoy the ride.
Typical Norfolk countryside. Fields with hardly any hedges come up to the road. And windmills, that's a modern windmill. If you're careful, you might spot an old windmill. Is that where the road's gone into the sea? No. Winterton-on-Sea for a cup of coffee. This is the road that's gone into the sea. Tarmac ends. Sea begins. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that lovely beach. There's a tug out there.
As you can see, the road has been worn away here. It's always difficult to know how far out it went. Doesn't look like it on a day like this that the sea could do this, but clearly it does. To get an appreciation of the erosion, take a look at this 2022 satellite image. The parking booth's in the same place, as is the Airstream coffee bar at the back of the car park. Note the cast concrete blocks that were World War II anti-tank barriers that are on the beach. Now, take a look at this image from 2021. The coffee bar is in front of the parking booth at the cliff edge before it had to be moved. Apparently, it's been moved several times. But the Airstream coffee bar has only been there for a couple of years. It replaced a brick-built cafe that fell into the sea. In this image from 2020, the cafe is still at the top of the cliff and being used. If we roll all the way back to 1999, you'll see the cast concrete blocks that are on the beach in all the previous images are not only at the top of the cliff, but 50 metres from the edge. In this image you can see the road ends at the cafe, some distance beyond the toilets that are now pretty much at the cliff edge. The day we went, the diggers were busy extending the car park even further back. We're going to press on after this. Weather's a little bit unsettling. That's a big black cloud there right above us, but it's not let go yet.
So just left our coffee stop, Winterton-on-Sea. This is the village of it.
Winterton-on-Sea can claim to be partially responsible for today's modern music. Now that's a bold claim, and it is a bit tenuous, but hear me out. Bob Dylan and Simon Garfunkel were influenced by folk singer Martin Carthy, who himself was influenced and became a musician after hearing Sam Larner at a concert in London in the mid-1950s. Sam Larner was a fisherman born in the village in 1878 and started singing from an early age, learning the songs his grandfather and others sang in the pubs at Winterton. Larner knew roughly 60 traditional songs. In 1956, when Sam was 78 years old, a radio producer met him in a pub and brought him to a wider audience. These traditional songs were performed in London and, perhaps more importantly, recorded before they were forgotten forever. Larner had a brief period of fame before passing away in 1965.
Norfolk is such a pretty county. And we're off. There was a car in front of us, which will not do, so we have to overtake it. Lovely old telegraph poles as well. Broads National Park. So that would be the Norfolk Broads, which is a well-known holiday destination. And people going up and down them. Oh, it can't be a lock because they don't have locks at the Norfolk Broads. No, it's just a little marina.
Most people call it the Norfolk Broads, but there's also the Suffolk Broads, so I suppose it should just be called the Broads, but it isn't. In 2015 they decided it should all now be called the Broads National Park, but it's not a national park, and the change is, let's just say, controversial. But what is it? It is a network of mostly navigable rivers and lakes in the English counties of Norfolk and Suffolk. The lakes, known as Broads, are formed by the flooding of peat workings. The area is 117 square miles, with over 120 miles of navigable waterways. You can hire a live-aboard holiday boat and spend a week or two exploring this lovely waterway area and surrounding countryside.
Looks like the farmer's doing the tilling, breaking it up, ready for sowing. Look at those lovely sand dunes. There's a little caravan perched on the side. Oh, that's a nasty grey cloud, but he's heading out to sea by the look of it. That's a really big tide barn. It's got 3 entrances. They were hoping, weren't they? Baxham Barn. Wow, that's beautiful. And the thatch is still on there, all in. Wow, what a beautiful farm. We have a big dome here, a globe. Looks like an observatory.
OK, I'll try not to go on, but this is more interesting than it seems. First established as a radar station in World War II to detect German E-boats and low-flying aircraft, it later became part of an early warning system for nuclear attack by Soviet bombers. In 1981, it was sold by the Ministry of Defence and used as a private dwelling, only to be repurchased a few years later, and now operates along the same lines as it did before, albeit with updated equipment. In November 2006, the station became involved in a controversy when motorists on the coast road blamed the station for causing car engines and lights to cut out. Speedometer dials swung up to 150 miles per hour as motorists drove past.
And we've had lovely sunny weather on this trip most of the time. A little bit of rain one night. Now we've just had a little bit of a downpour. Well, I say a downpour, not really. And that cloud up there is to blame, but we're trying to beat it. It's going one way and we're going the other. So we're hoping to avoid putting our waterproofs on. So this is the town of Cromer. I think it's one of the bigger towns on this Norfolk coast.
Cromer became a tourist destination during the Victorian period, and this is still an important part of the local economy. As we travel around, we can see how these smaller, less commercialised seaside towns have weathered the economic storms better than a lot of more developed resorts. It seems the modern traveller appreciates the unspoilt Victorian elegance, giving credence to the saying, "Style never goes out of fashion." Traditionally a fishing town, but today Cromer is almost completely focused on crabs and lobsters. The town is famous for the Cromer crab, which is now the major source of income for the local fishermen.
It's Cromer seafront. So we just arrived at our camping for tonight. I think it was called Wood Hill Camping, but we'll have to check that. Wood Hill Park, there we go. Welcome to Wood Hill Park. I believe it was $27.50. Last night was $15. Looks like lots of people are arriving. What day is it? Wednesday. People getting ready to come down for the Easter weekend. Nice sight by the look of it. Tidy caravans and nice grass, and the sun is shining, and we have a sea view. Well, there's going to be and we've got here at 2 p.m. We left at 10, so we've done 4 hours riding today. Shorter day today. Number 16. Well, I have no idea where the numbers are. Can't see any number. Oh, here they go. So there you go, next to that caravan up there, presumably. 16. Here we go. Ooh, gonna have to get this thing out. Do you want me to get off? Why I'm doing that?
There you go, that's it.
The right way, is it?
Yeah. It made it solid, made it hard.
Do that regularly. Oh, but it's nice, like you say, just to like, that's it, we're done.
Yeah.
Go down, have a walk on the beach, have a paddle. Right, do you want to turn my tannoy off?
The thing is a camping spade we also use to stop the side stand sinking into soft ground. The tannoy is the intercom we use to talk with each other while on the bike, and the camera off switch is something that frequently gets left on. We hope you enjoyed this episode. In the next, we'll be finishing this stage of the coast adventure, but don't worry, we've already been back and done the rest of the East Coast, and the episodes will keep coming every Friday. Don't forget to click the thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. See you next week.
Hello, bunnies. I was just filming the bunny rabbits, but they've gone away. Smile on my video. This is my lovely husband, Jared. And we tried to get the sunset, but we just about missed it, but we got the pink sky instead.